let's start first with SEON Technologies. What do you guys do and offer?
Yeah, absolutely. So, founded back in Hungary in 2017, SEON is the leading global fraud solution provider. So, we stop fraud before it happens across the customer journey. So, our mission is to make the internet a safer place to do business, and our vision is to become system of record for risk and compliance. And then we work with over 5,000 customers worldwide. So, we stop fraud check around 250 million fraud checks per month. And now, in terms of to date in the value, we stop over USD 300 billions worldwide. Our ideal and key customers, they are from online gaming, online casino, online lending, cross-border remittance, and cross-border transaction payments, plus also neobanks as well.
All right, making the internet safe for everyone, that's very, very important,
Absolutely.
especially, with our industry, iGaming and the gaming industries. Now, Troy, I want to ask you, talk to us about, your expansion, the story of expansion of CN Technologies in Asia.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I spent my career in the payment risks, banking security, e-commerce risk, and the banking fraud and the fintech fraud, right? So, I have seen a lot of the digital transformation over the years within the region, as well as the evolution of the fraud and compliance risks MOs as well. So, what we learned over the years is that APAC region is quite diverse. So, there's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all approach. So, with the blessing and support of the SEON management. So we place the customer success as the center of our offering. So what we are doing is the localization number one in terms of building the product localization, solution use cases, even the team within the time zone. So making sure that we have a full service team here in the region, APAC region, to serve our customers from the pre-sales, post-sales solution to technical support. Second thing is around making sure that we have the regional leadership and the team, at the same time being able to support the global operation, right? A lot of our customers are based out of APAC, right? China, Hong Kong, Singapore, even Philippines, but they operate across the region in terms of US, Latin, Europe, and the Middle East as well, to make sure that we are able to support it across the region. That's important. And another one is the partnership approach, right? Because APEC is a relationship-driven market. Partnership play a very big role. That's what I learned. So we are making sure that we build a partnership ecosystem here. So for example, like AWS, we work very well globally. So we are trying to replicate here in the APEC region as well. And on top of that, all of this region and markets that we focus on, we're making sure that we have partners in each market so that it will be able to work together closely with us as well.
All right, now I want to dig deep a bit more on what do you offer or about, for iGaming
Yeah.
firms. I'm sure people are watching this and they're interested. Oh, what can they do for us?
Absolutely right. APAC is a very diverse market, right? So just like I mentioned, and then in terms of when it comes to specific to the iGaming, most of the other industry, fraud prevention is a bit of the stay behind the scenes, a bit of the quiet, right? And then they just need to make sure that the laws are protected and then stay compliant. But iGaming is a bit different, right? So because fraud prevention and risk is the center of everything in the business model, the stakes are higher, and then also in terms of fraud tactics are more sophisticated because the bets are there. Then also in terms of the risks are evolving a lot. So operators need to make sure that they look at the fraud prevention beyond the traditional approach. Look at the customers and the user in terms of life cycle, how they behave on the platform. Those are the key things that they need to look at. So, as SEON, we also understand that there's three things very matter most to the users and the operators in this sector. Number one is around user trust. It goes for
Okay.
both user and the operator, right? For the user, they just want the seamless gameplay and the security and confidence that the platform has their back. At the same time, for operator, you need to earn the user's trust to retain the customer, let them spend more on your platform so that you can drive your revenue growth. Number two is around regulatory compliance. So operator needs to make sure that they always stay on the right side of the regulations. So at the same time, promoting a lot of the promotional event, rewards, and then trying to get the user acquisition. The last piece is more around profitability. So every business, the same goes for the iGaming operators
Yeah.
as well, right? They need to approach a bit of the balancing act approach. So stop the fraud, but at the same time, don't stop the customer. Like VNB customer, let's say if you block them, if you stop them, they will just run away and go to the other platform. So making sure that you're able to retain the customer, provide the proper seamless customer experience, and then drive the revenue. That's the three things that matter most to them. So, and then based on that, SEON is like literally trying to recreate the trust with the smarter fraud prevention and its user experience in this gaming sector. So we recently launched our enhanced AML compliance suite.
Oh, okay.
So it helped to build in a way that fraud and the compliance team in the customer side, they are able to reduce the false positive and then resolve the cases faster and also staying ahead of the evolving risks as well. So that involves a lot of things in the background, right? So this is a fraud and AML risk platform across the entire customer journey, inclusive of the PKYC, name screening, ongoing monitoring, payment screening, transaction monitoring, and all the way to regulatory reporting. So that's a one-stop platform for the operators. Then on top of it, of course, we unify the platform together with the AML and the fraud risks so that it can replace the disconnected and silo solutions that only look into, for example, like onboarding or the screening only. So then on top of it, another one is around data signal, right? What we do is that we look at the thousands of the unique fraud and AML signals combined with our AI and machine learning models insights to provide the better data securities. And then lastly is around it's a single API approach. So because all the operators they know how painful it is to integrate with each and every API and the vendors. So we provide a single API approach for them to be able to integrate across their platform. So I mean for me is that the way we see it, right? So fraud is not only about risk issue anymore.
Oh,
It's more
yeah.
on the business issue to drive the growth as well as build the trust with the customers as well.
So many things to really dig into,
Yeah,
especially on what you said. And it's really about security. And I guess the biggest word there is trust.
absolutely. That's right.
Troy, thank you so
Yeah.
much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.